Hi, everybody. So we're going to be getting started any minute. I am going to connect with Michelle really fast. So sometimes Zoom does make you do this. It doesn't record when you have two panelists on. So as soon as she comes back, then we'll connect and we will get her on here. So I am just going to introduce myself really quick. And I'm going to let you know that my name is Kerry Morgan. Thank you so much for coming. If there's someone that's attending right now at the moment, give us a second and we are going to regroup and reset up our host with Michelle. So Michelle's in interior design. I do a lot of energy work. I've been doing energy work for over 20 years. When my son was a baby, it completely changed my whole outlook on life and how energy works for you and how important that is to keep your energy clean. So what I wanted to touch base with you today is that it is Good Friday and there is a lot of uncertainty going on right now. And we wanted to share this message with you to give you a little bit of insight on how to change your environment this weekend if you can't have family over, and some things that you can do to still stay in the spirit. Okay, so I'm gonna get Michelle on really fast. Okay. And okay. Okay, so as soon as Michelle jumps on with her video, we are good to go. We are live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I kind of introduced myself a little bit, just giving them a little insight on the year's experience I've had with wellness and overall energy work. I've done yoga and I've helped a lot of people in my life just by sometimes, talking to them out in public and seeing them, and, just the way my energy shows up helps people. And that is my true mission, is to make someone feel better when you leave their presence or leave their general this, leave them once you're done talking to them. So I'm going to let Michelle introduce herself and tell us how and what she does.
Oh, hey, I'm Michelle Sapp. I'm an interior designer. I have been in this business for longer than I'd like to admit, but over 20 years. I'm actually ASID affiliated as well. And a couple of months ago, I was promoted to the principal designer for the Our House Marlton location. So, and yeah, I can attest to the fact that Kerry does leave me feeling really good every time we're together. But we wanted to talk today about the relationship between our environment and how we feel. So I think what we do dovetails very nicely. So it's about our overall well-being and the environment that we create for ourselves, promoting that well-being.
Totally. Because when you're coming into your home, like say now you're in your home all the time, but before you would be a sanctuary. It would be a place like when you had a long day and you walk through the door, you were like, oh, thank goodness I'm home, right?
Right.
But now that you're in that space every second, you may appreciate it more, or you may be on the other end where you're just like, I need to get out. I don't like anything in my house anymore. So what
Right.
we want to bring you back to is that feeling of that sanctuary and that feeling of feeling good in your space, feeling good in your environment right now, because you're going to be in that environment a lot longer than expected, right? Because we were first 2 weeks. Now we're probably like on day 21, Michelle had told me the other
25, I believe.
time. And we're like, whoa, how did that happen? Right? So
Mhm.
we're going to be doing these every Friday and giving you insights on how to make your environment feel good, but how to make your energy feel good also. And I think because this weekend it is dealing with Easter, there is going to be a lot of people feeling very low and very upset with the fact that they can't see their family. So we want to help you in that space right there. So Michelle's going to go first, and we'll let her show something cute that she put together for you today, and then I will go after that. We'll kind of feed off of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just building off of what Kerry said, I think today when we approach design, we take into consideration that it's no longer just about how your space looks, but it's how that space, that room that you're in makes you feel. And right now, a lot of us feel out of control. I think one of the first things that I did when I found out I would be working from home, and I know I'm not alone in this, was I purged a lot of stuff. I cleaned up a lot of things. I edited, I rearranged spaces, because I had control over that, right? So this is a holiday weekend. It's Easter, it's Passover. As Kerry was saying, we don't necessarily have all of our loved ones around us that we would normally. Sometimes we, in the past, we've gone to the homes of our friends, our family, because they're entertaining. Now we find ourselves at home entertaining for our immediate family, essentially. So we're all hosting this time.
Yes, exactly.
So I just put together a few little things, a place setting, for instance, and just some pointers on the dining room, because assuming that's where you're going to be gathering. And I wanted to say something just about the dining room in general terms. The dining room is for dining, and it is for gathering, for sharing meals, for breaking bread with your friends and family. And I think sometimes we forget that and we turn the dining table into a workspace, for instance, or a catch-all. And just again, for your own sense of well-being and serenity, make the dining room, whether it's a room or a space in your home, exclusively for dining. So on that note, guys, if other women have encountered this in the past, the dining room is not for your laptop and all of your papers. I understand too, some people have a designated home office, and that's great. But if you don't, that's another topic we're going to cover in one of our next sessions, creating a workspace that works for you. But back to dining. So I put together a place setting, and I wanted to talk about the place setting just as it pertains to adding some dimension and texture and color to your space, right? Because I love to layer a place setting. I don't like to just put a plate out, a dish, silverware. I like to layer it. So I'll use a placemat or a charger, a dinner plate, a smaller like salad plate on top of that. And I love to do a certain thing with my napkins, which I'll show you. So if you have cloth napkins.
Before you start,
yes.
Explain what a charger is in case some people.
Oh, yeah. So a charger is like a big plate that serves for your dinner plate to rest on. So
nice.
In lieu of a placemat, people have trended away from table pads. Back in the day, people used table pads and they would absorb the heat. If you brought something hot to the table, they were cut to fit the table. Again, we've trended away from that, and now we're using placemats or chargers in lieu of a table pad or even a tablecloth. So I'm dispensing with the tablecloth. I'm going to show you one of my place settings that features a placemat and some layers of plates, dishes, whatever you want.
Okay.
So here we go. So I'm turning. So hopefully you all can see this.
Yes, I can see it.
I hope if I scoot this back a little bit.
Perfect.
Okay, so move my floral arrangement for a second.
Okay, love the flowers.
They really do. Yeah, and flowers actually add a great pop of color. They're our centerpiece. They can be fresh. They can be a great quality silk. but they can also be changed out seasonally. But getting back to our place setting, so I'm just going to sort of take away a little bit here, and we'll start from the bottom. So this is a lovely little placemat that's got kind of a ruffled edge. And
Love it.
anyone who knows me knows that I love a little embellishment. So a ruffle, a bow, a flower petal, I'm there. And again, I don't like to complicate my place settings because I think complicated place settings are intimidating. And the last thing you want to do is intimidate your guests when they are joining you for a meal. So I just have a basic salad fork, a dinner fork. So we start, left to right. We've got the smallest fork, the larger fork, the knife, butter knife blade towards your plate, spoon on the outside of that, right? Your placemat. And honestly, I found this at Pier 1. It's a great source for
Love it.
decor. This is one of my little cabbage plates, a little Wedgwood cabbage plate there. And what I love to do, again, like I said, is layer and mix in color. So I have the pink plate. I also have a green salad plate. So you can do the green if you want. I'm going to do the pink because I'm going to show you my little napkin trick next. But there's my pink plate. So I have just a basic, rectangular napkin. I want it to look like this when I'm all finished, right? So
I love it.
yeah, so I have a little napkin ring. Again, this is a Pier 1 special. Love it. It's like a little cabbage. Great for the spring. I'm going to take my napkin, just open it up. This is a cloth napkin. You can do this with paper napkins as well. I've done it. And if you have a paper napkin, I like to kind of keep these on hand. And back, when things were open, I loaded up on, some seasonal things like this. And one day they'll be open again. Stores will be open again and we can buy things like this. But in the meantime, go to your arsenal, see what you have, even if it's just a plain white paper napkin, open it up, go to the center of it, pull it up like that. And just slide your ring on. Now you can just place it right in the center.
Right.
Easy. Yes. Another thing I love to do, it just makes your guests feel special. A place card. People don't use them all the time. They used to, but I like to fall on tradition whenever I can. It might be the Southerner in me, but this is just a little pear.
Yes.
And it has a little slit in it for a card. My mother-in-law gave these to me. I have a whole set of these.
Adorable.
Aren't they cute? So just a little pear. And what I've done is I've taken, this was actually, again, old school calling card here, but I've turned it over and I have written Kerry's name on it because Kerry is joining me for brunch. So, and then we just place that little card right there in the slit. And this is a great way to involve kids because it doesn't have to be a fancy little holder like this. Just give the kids some index cards, cut them into fun shapes, have them write, the names of everyone around the table on the card, place them at your setting, and voila.
Yes, that sounds amazing. And that was a good tip about the kids, like helping the kids and letting them be a part of setting up your table because I can't see your face. So you want to say.
I'm going to come back to you in a second, but I just want to make sure I mention too, just your beverage glass, just to the right, up above the knife there in your setting.
Yes, I love that gorgeous glass. That's so pretty.
That's just a little.
And it makes you feel so good to have that space done.
It does, right?
Like that makes you feel good when you're coming in and you just look at it. You're like, oh, that you really just get this good feeling. That was a great presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel like that is something that we need because so many people nowadays are fast food, right? Kids may not even use forks half the time, you know what I mean? Because they're just eating with their fingers. So this is going to help a range of people overall in their life understand the importance of sitting down and communicating again and gathering again.
Right.
It's not on Easter, but in reality, you can do it you can have a Friday night dinner with your family, you know what I mean? And make
Right.
it fun and dress up and sit there. So I was
Exactly.
going to talk about just in general, if you cannot be around certain members of your family this time during, and say you don't want to be online FaceTiming with them the whole time, right? Because there are times where you're going to want to FaceTime so you can connect over Easter. But a good thing is, like, maybe if you have a picture of that person, you put it around the table with you, and that their presence is there, their energy is there after you talk to them on the phone, so that your kids can still see their faces and, you know, understand the importance of what's going on, but be able to have that memory of that person, that visual sight of that person there at the table. And I was thinking getting dressed up for Easter, even if you can't go out, but getting dressed up. I see the kitty cats decided to come.
Luna is joining us.
So, like, I felt like people wanted to get dressed because you maybe been in your pajamas for 3 weeks. This would be a really great time for you
Yes.
to just get yourself looking like the person you know you are, right? That
Right.
person that decided that I'm just going to sit in pajamas, but let's show up, right? Let's
Right.
show up for our energy, and let's show up for that space that we want to create for this weekend, because we are going to have some feelings around not being able to hug our family members, our grandparents, and all those people that usually would gather at this time. So I think feeling good about yourself at that moment and doing these things, like putting your makeup on, curling your hair. Maybe you haven't done your hair because you go to the salon. So try to do your hair. Do things that are going to make you feel good internally and inside. And having that gratitude, starting maybe your dinner with a prayer or a gratitude of what you have, and that your family is, you know, healthy and everyone's going to get through this. So starting in the place of gratitude is really going to help you in your overall experience over this weekend. And it definitely does, you know, depend on how you feel about yourself, because how you feel about yourself is going to radiate to everyone in your family. So when you show up for yourself and you make yourself feel good, whether that's an old memory that you can bring in, somewhere that you went and it made you happy, that is going to overall change the experience over the weekend for you and your family, right? So behind me on my TV, what I like to do to just reset myself in the morning. This is Meditative Mind. It's a YouTube channel that I like to listen to. It's a Hertz. Hertz is a way of sound therapy that can calm you and calm your environment. Maybe you had a fight with your husband or your family member, but you're stuck in the house with them, right? So these are things that can help you just clear a little bit energy during to this time, and getting you back into that mindset of what is this Easter weekend really about, right? What is this going to be about? It's about family. It's about your, you know, connecting to yourself and how you feel with the people that are around you right now. And really just finding that love again and connecting with that energy in your space. Yes?
Awesome.
I have one more little thing that I'm going to share with you. Um, this is, it's probably hard to see. Let me see if I can get it in there. So it's called ashwagandha, which is really kind of hard to say, but it's ASHWAGANDHA. This helps with stress and it boosts your energy. So this has been around for a long time. It's very ancient herbal medicine that can just help you stay calm and overall a experience of relaxing, right? Because our internal body is feeling one way and our physical body is feeling another way. So we want to bring that back as one unit, meaning maybe you're thinking one way, but you're laying around the house all day and you're not doing anything. So your thoughts and your actions are not matching up, and that can bring stress and anxiety in your life. So it could be as easy as maybe you wanted to call and connect with a friend, but you decided not to do that. But when you listen to your thoughts that are showing up in your mind and you do those actions, it starts to start making you feel calmer again in your body. Maybe you wanted to go for like do some exercises in the house or walk your dog or just get outside, take a couple deep breaths of fresh air. Those are things that we need to do. I know they want you to stay at home, but you can still walk outside your front door and get fresh air. Okay, if you're terrified and you don't want to move, you still need to get fresh air. You need to either open your windows, you need to walk outside, get some fresh air, and then come back in. You are allowed to do that. I'm definitely sure, because people are allowed to get groceries. So you're definitely still allowed, because the fresh air is going to calm you. It's also going to relax you. Take a couple deep breaths and just settle your body, right? Let's not get into the mindset of we just have to sit around all day and not do anything. This is a great time to expand and bring in a better energy for you and your family. The last thing that I'll tell you that I think it's really good, if you have a lavender or any type of essential oil, when you wake up in the morning or right before bed, you want to put this on your wrist or under your nose. It will help you sleep. And peppermint is a great way to wake you up. Say you wanted to stop coffee while you're in this little thing going on, because coffee can advance your anxiety right now, because you have no outlet to push your body into, right? Some people drink coffee to get to work and do what they need to do, but when you're at home working, you may be drinking too much coffee, and that may your body have a little bit more anxiety, right? So I'm just giving you some tools to help calm your space, but overall calm the way you are feeling about this uncertainty that is going on in the moment, especially around a Good Friday. So saying very positive mindset affirmations to yourself. I am resilient. I am strong. I am happy my family is around me. Start it with I am or I love. So when you're checking in to the word love or the word I am, that is empowering you, because when you say I love something, you're in the energy of love. You're creating that energy of love, right? So you have to remember, words almost turn into spells and they kind of lock you into your space. So be aware of your thoughts, but also be aware of the words that you're using, in this time, right? I would say a great thing to do for this weekend, maybe to get started, is say, I love, looking in the mirror to yourself, 10 things that you love about your environment, about your home, about what you want to show up in your life, about your energy, about your family, right? So that's a great tip. We're not going to stay on much longer. We just wanted to give you some insight on these great points that I feel are going to help people get through this weekend and enjoy this experience going on. So if there's any questions or answers, just let me know. I will look in the chat box. I don't see any, but if you have any questions or anything, let us know. You can also post this. It's going to be on YouTube. So, and in the comments below, if there's questions, please let us know. Maybe there's something you're going through with your space, and then Michelle can maybe help you. Maybe you can post a picture, and then she can say, okay, well, what about doing things, this type of thing. So we do want to help you and get this new normal that's happening right now, to try to let you feel a little bit better over the Easter weekend. This is a time to go to church, the big time to really just be a part of the community. And for us not to be able to do that, we want to share these little steps that can help you. Michelle, is there something that you may want to say?
No, I would just add to that. Yes, if you have any questions about your dining room in general, even just, technical questions. I get asked things like, how high should my chandelier be over my table? Or what's the width of a place setting, which is about 24 inches. How much space should I have between, another surface of my chair, or what size rug should I, those types of questions. If you have color questions, yeah, feel free to ask away, because as Kerry said, we are here to help you feel empowered in this time and space, and to give you a sense of serenity, even though things feel really, you know, out of control at times. So we can control our space. We can definitely do that, and in a way that is meaningful and that provides that sanctuary that your home should be. So thanks.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, this is giving us this moment to be able to say, I am in control of my space. I can make it look gorgeous, right? Say, there's maybe you can, if you don't have flowers and maybe somewhere else in the house you have fake flowers, use those. There's a lot of things that you can use. So be creative. This is going to be a time for you to be creative.
Yeah.
We would love for you to send us pictures of just the, your space after you set your table. Because I think this is a fun experience, like I said, and Michelle had said, for your family, bring your children in, let them experience the whole entertaining part of this. Because like I said, most people, I go to people's houses, the table's already set. I mean, I used to set table with my son, but once you start going to homes, you don't do that anymore. So that's why we thought this would be really good for you to come back and connect to that part of you again, on hosting something in your home, making your home feel welcoming for your family, even though they've been there for days. But being in a different setting, in a different space, will help your family see a different environment over this weekend, right? It'll still make you feel like you're experiencing an Easter dinner, even though you're at home and you're not with everyone that you usually are. So we wanted to bring that to your attention and let you know that we are here for you. Like I said, I would love for you to share this with anyone that you think wants to hear this message, because it's definitely going to help people. It's going to be on YouTube. So if you need the link, you could just go to Kerry Morgan YouTube channel and it will be on there too. So
Kerry, if I could just add one thing too. It looks like we do have one question. Do we have time to take a question?
yes, let me see. Is there a question? I don't see a question.
I think
That was,
I think Sherry had a question.
oh, okay. Hold on one second. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Because I had checked to see if anybody had questions, but I,
Here's a question from
if you
Sherry.
see it on yours, okay.
Okay. How do I make a long dining table more intimate when only 3 people will be sitting at a table, typically seating 8? Because it seems empty, and we don't want to have Easter dinner at the kitchen island. Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so I would say yes. In answer to that, Sherry, I would say that I have a couple of actual ideas on this one. One thing you could do is set a couple extra place settings for the people who might normally be there, and then do a place card for those people to honor them. So if those are your parents, for instance, or your siblings, and you're not able to be together, the grandparents,
There, remember, like I said, like,
you can do a picture, a name card, place card, a place setting for them, and now you have table service for 6 or for 8. If on the other hand, you just want it to be recognizing the 3 of you, just use that one end of the table. Don't even worry about the other end. Just treat the half of the table where you're sitting, where you 3 are gathered, and make that space. Put your arrangement. I brought an arrangement out to show you as well.
yes, let's see.
This happens to be a really great silk. I love it because it looks real.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to be careful about real flowers and plants because I do have a cat, so I'm careful about that. But put this arrangement right in the center of that end of the table where the 3 of you are gathered, and then do your place settings around that. And that will make it feel more intimate, for sure.
Yes, that was good. I'm glad you caught that question because I didn't even see it down there. Yeah,
Yes.
no, that was totally good. It's good because I'm gonna have 3 people, so I'm just gonna set like the end of the table up and then put
Exactly.
your food on the other end
That's
of
a
the
great
table.
idea,
And then
right?
it will just make it feel like, you're like everything's right there for you. And then you guys can pass it around. And I always like to do at Easter is say, like I said, say the things I'm grateful for, but I make everyone say, what are you grateful for?
Right.
Why are you grateful for this moment right now? Like share. So that's a great time to get that communication going. And I think that will help because I'm going to just like, I only have 3 people and I have a big table too. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to make my table, if my table's already extended out, I'm going to make it a smaller dining, you know what I mean? Take my leaves out. So it is at the smalling setting. So then it feels more formal. And like Michelle said, when you have the flowers and just having the ambiance of the experience at the table, I think that will be good. And I forgot to mention, but like candles, lighting candles is a very good way to settle your mind. It's kind of romantic, like when you take a bath by yourself, you have a candle lit, doing that at the table really does feel a little calm too. So that's a good way to set up a table to just make you feel a little calmer in your space.
Right. And I will say one thing, and this is a designer thing on candles. I love scented candles around the house, but in your dining room, when there's food present, make sure your candles are not fragrant. Just when there's food present. Otherwise, lavender or any type of, scented soy candle is amazing. But yeah, when there's food present, just, keep your candles unscented and beautiful. But then it won't detract from the aromas of your amazing food.
Yes. Thank you. So next time we'll do like a Q&A. We'll do it like live if people want to jump on. We can bring them in and show your face. So we just want to put it out there that we want you to be a part of these conversations also. And Sherry, for that question, we truly
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thanks for being on and listening to us. Like I said, please share this because I feel like this is going to help people this weekend. We want you to be in a good energy at this moment, right? The energy that you are creating right now, it's either going to fester months going down the road, or it's going to bring growth and abundance and a wealth mindset going down the road. So how you are dealing right now in this moment will propel into your future self. So we want to give you some uplifting ways to be able to have a family gathering, but also have your energy feeling good at the moment, even though you have a little uncertainty in your life right now. Okay. So once again, thank you for being on, for listening to us. You can like and share. That would be a great thing. And if you have any questions, again, and you're watching the replay, just post your questions below. We may take us a couple hours to get back to you, but I will make sure that I get back to you, and I will reference if Michelle needs to get back to answer you on anything. But thank you again for your time, and you have a good Friday. I hope you felt good after this moment, and a happy Easter to all, and enjoy.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Kerry.
Bye.
Bye.